runs online, but it works like an on-ground class, meaning you have to be in the session or watch the recording every night. Okay, so there's a daily assignment that has to be completed in order to gain attendance. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. So I appreciate y'all being here so that we can go over that. So I want to make sure that that's clear. So it doesn't matter if you do 5 other assignments, if you don't do the one associated with the recording or the live session, you are still counted as absent. Okay, this is not my choice. This is the way the certification process works, and I don't have to agree with it. I just have to follow it. All right. So there's different things that I agree with, don't agree, but you know how that works. We have to follow them. So I know time is precious. Everybody has incredibly difficult schedules. So I like to start on times because the faster that we get started, the quicker we get through. And I'm sure everybody else likes that, right? Yeah. We want to get in, get done,
Absolutely.
get out. Yeah. And so, and when I'm speaking, please understand you don't have to wait all the way to the end to ask questions. You can unmute your mic, you can ask questions. Depending on how you log into the team session, you may or may not have a chat box on your window there. It all depends on what system you are on versus Mac versus Chromebook versus PC. Exactly how you signed into the team session. So when I ask question, the other way you can let me know that you're getting it, not getting it, is you can look for emojis because I will stop to see if everybody's paying attention. If you could just let me know you're still there. I use multiple screens so that I can check to see if y'all are still out there because once I start showing slides, my main screen gets covered up with the slides. That's technology for you. I guarantee you I am not watching TikTok videos on the other screen because if I was, I would be laughing a lot more because who doesn't like watching cats getting scared by cucumbers? I know I do. It's just hilarious. I don't know why they do that. And I've worked with animals forever. So I know everybody. The one thing that's different in the online classes, you don't have just welders, you don't have just MAs, you don't have just vet students, and you're not even all from the same campus. In this class, we have Orlando students, we have Auburndale students, and we have Samford students. So the assignments are not going to be necessarily specific to your degree, okay? They are going to be general, and we are going to learn about you, about your career. How many people have put out applications and heard absolutely nothing back? Anybody gone through this wonderful, painful process? I know I have. Yeah, Shane has. Yeah, it's quite common. You put out resumes, things like that, and you don't hear back from anybody. Let me tell you, I applied to the Haines City Police Department 4.5 years ago. They're just now getting back with me, and they are begging me to go work for them. And I'm like, do you honestly think I've been waiting that long for a job? So don't think it's just you, but I'm going to be going through things that will show you how and why things get lost. So I'm going to start going through a bit of a slideshow so that we can get going. And your first day in the class won't be as painful. And then tomorrow we're going to start really getting into more of the actual class. All right? Sound good, y'all? Thumbs up. Yes, yes.
Sounds good.
There we go. All right. So I'm going to do a share and a screen. There we go. And everything takes place on your home page. So I'm going to go to the home page. Now, I'm going to view this as a student, so I see it as yours. Now, it's going to be very common. Everybody wants to work off the to-do list. I tell you, don't do it, okay? Because the to-do list tells you when things are due, not necessarily when they open up. So and if you go too far into an assignment, they can drop off the to-do list. So really don't do the to-do list. I tell you, come down here. One thing I want to point out on the live class and recordings If you don't make it to a live session, come in here. You see this thing where it says past recordings. What's going to happen after tonight? This will be lit up here sometime afterwards. Okay, I post the videos on YouTube, so it takes a while for YouTube to process them, and then this link will become active. I also try to email those links to everybody, but it does take a while. And if you notice from the main page here, your attendance assignment is due at 10 p.m. If it takes an hour for that video to process, your attendance is still due at 10 p.m. Okay, so that's just the thing. So the benefit of being in the class, it does let you work on that quicker. All right. So when you go into week one, you're going to see that everything typically opens on Monday. We weren't here Monday, so everything's opening on Tuesday. Some of them I changed as to when they open, but these should all be Mondays except for the daily assignment. Okay, so all your assignments actually open up on Monday for that week, so you can work ahead. But if you work ahead, just follow instructions. If you work ahead and you do something incorrect, it's not all lost. I'm going to tell you what went wrong if you did something wrong. I'm also going to tell you what you did right. A lot of times people don't tell you what you did right. So in your grade book, if you go to either the home page up here, you can click on grades or you can click on grades here. Either one will get you there. Excuse me. You will see a little flag out to the side. And if you click on that, you will see notes that I've left for you. Okay, so that's how you'll see things that if you need to do additional work or if I'm just telling you what a terrific thing you did, because I do leave notes. So don't ever think that once you've done something, if it wasn't as you had planned grade wise, it's just lost. Okay, communication is key in this class. So if something's keeping you from an assignment, let me know. Don't just go, it's done, it's over, I'm going to fail, blah, blah, blah. No, talk to me. Let me know what's going on. And the sooner you let me know, the better. If you know on Monday that something on Friday is going to keep you from doing something, let me know on Monday. Don't wait till Friday because you limit me on what I can do to help you. All right. So let's take a look on what's going to happen this week. So today we have our live conference. That's this. Okay. So what will happen is after the conference, you're going to click here. You're going to click Start Assignment up in the green box and then Text Entry. And you're going to type the response to whatever I tell you or bring up in the conference. And once you type that in here, you're going to say Submit Assignment. Now, you're not going to see the other students' assignments. You're only going to see yours. And then once you've done that, that will get you the attendance. Now, if you try to do that after 10 o'clock, it's not going to let you. Okay, it locks at 10 o'clock. So at 10:01, it's too late. You're absent. Okay, these things have date and time locks on them. So every day at 10 p.m., it's going to lock. So on Tuesday, this one will lock. This one opens up on Wednesday, etc. Everybody good so far? Yes, yes? So I want to make sure everybody understands those daily attendance things because you gain points for the assignment as well. Okay, 15% of your grade will come from those attendance assignments. So you do get points, and they're not complicated assignments. It's not like you're going to be doing research on those assignments. I want to know what you think because your opinions and your voice matters to me. And sometimes we're not used to hearing that. We're not seen. And by seen, I mean your opinions matter. I want to know what your thoughts are on particular subjects. Okay. And I don't want one letter responses like yes, no. Actually type what you think, and we'll get into that a little bit later. You're going to have a discussion this week, every week. These are things that all online classes, they have discussions. This week is how can an online presence like LinkedIn, Instagram enhance your career and access to a potential employer? Provide 2 examples. So I want you to think about from an employer side of it. If you see somebody online, because you may not realize this, when you apply, one of the first things that employer does, they look for you online. Is everybody aware of that? They actually go out there and they Google you. They search for you online and see what they can find, good or bad. So how can that help you out? Think about that. And what you'll do is you'll click reply. You're going to type your original response here and then click reply. Now, once you do that, you're going to see other students that have already applied. Okay. Now, we have a very small class in here. We have had so many students enroll in the school that we have had to create so many career prep classes. Normally, you have to do 2 postings. I'm making an exception for y'all. You only have to do 1 post, okay? 1 post, but I want them to be a quality post, okay? I want you to really think about this. And it says your initial posting should be 150 words. I am not going to count those words, even though it does the counting for me right here. I really want to know what you think, okay? Now, this is not texting. You need to use proper sentences. We're a college, so uppercase, lowercase, all right? Can you believe some people do not get jobs because they fill out their applications in all uppercase or they write their sentences without punctuation? They can do their job, but once they start reading the application, they do not get hired. They stop with their application. Punctuation matters. You are the face of the company, and if you cannot write with proper punctuation, you can't properly represent some of these companies. This includes the weld shop, the electrical shop, an MA, and certainly vet assisting. Okay. So I want you to think about that. So let's try to improve our writing in these answers. Okay. So think about that when you write, but type those answers in, click reply. And once you do that, other students will be able to see what you've written after they reply. All right. Now I want you to notice that these are not all due today. Okay. So when you're looking at these things and you're looking at this week thing, look here. Your first post is due on Wednesday. Okay. So it opens today, but it's not due till Wednesday. Then we'll talk about these other assignments tomorrow because I don't want to overload you. All right. That good? And so we'll talk about usually the day in advance, but I don't want to give you too much today because I'm going to talk about how this class works. All right. So I am going to do another share here. So let me stop sharing here. And I need to, oh, no, I think I was right there. I'm a little rusty with this one here. All right, I think I got it there. I got my magic pen going here. I got my ink. Let me see if it works. Draw my little smiley face. Everybody can see that. Welcome to Career Prep. All right. Okay. So you may be asking yourself, why this class? Okay. Because we're going to learn about you and you're going to gain professional confidence. How many people are a little, I'm not so sure about when I get out there that I can convince them I could do my new career? This is quite common. So you're a little hesitant that you can tell them, I can be a welder, I can be an electrician, I can be an MA, I can be. Anybody feel a little hesitant about that? Usually people do. They feel a little hesitant about going into their new career. All right, somebody does. Yeah, yeah. That's normal, okay? That is absolutely normal. Your very first one going to. So we're going to improve your interview skills. You're going to do what we call a mock interview. So you're going to set up an interview with Career Services, and they're going to interview you for a position in your career field, just like you were going to apply for the job. You're going to dress appropriately. They're going to ask you questions based on your career field. Now, one of the things I tell people, you need to know what you know and what you don't know. Now, that sounds very simple, but it's more complicated than that. I cannot tell you how many people can use a centrifuge in the lab, but they don't know what it's called. I could go into the shop and you'd be surprised how many people can use the welders, the grinders, etc. And you ask them what's the name of those equipment, and they don't know or they don't have it on their resumes. So you need to know what the names of the things are that you use, and they need to be on your resume, or you're not going to get your foot in the door. So we're going to talk about that, and you're going to be asked about those things in your mock interview there. Okay? Now, you're going to get practical knowledge from career professionals through informational interviewing. So we're going to have you interview people. Okay? Now, don't go freaking out here. You can interview your instructors. You can interview people you know in the career field. We're going to have you ask the questions that you want to know. How much money am I going to make? What is expected on a daily job? Some people think you just go and have fun in the shops all day. I just sit in the welding booth and they shove metal in with me and I just stick it together. No, if you're doing a trailer, it's got to meet DOT specifications. Do you know what the towing strength is at that single point? Does it meet it? Has it passed all the testing? Are there any hollow joints in it? On this electrical circuit that you're putting in, does it exceed the voltage? Are you able to do both commercial? Are you able to do home? So you're going to talk to people in your field, and that's how you get practical knowledge. Now, those of you who may be wondering where I get my information, I have 11 and a half years at Alachua General Hospital. So I know the medical side. I have over 20 years in big trucking. So I know the weld shops. Okay. I have 35 years in career in computer science. I know the electrical side. The systems we used to wire literally took up whole rooms. Okay. So I have experience because I'm 2 days older than dirt. Don't ever say I'm 3 days older. I'm not that old. I'm only 2 days older than dirt. So you're going to get some history along with the teaching. And I'm not bragging about anything. It is to give you firsthand knowledge. And that's what you get here at Southern Tech. Now, you're going to have your resume reviewed. How many people have a resume already? Does everybody have a resume? One person? Two people? Three people? Four? Okay. So you're going to set up a resume session with Career Services. That's great that you have a resume. They're going to review it. Now, when you have these appointments with career services, this is at the request of career services. So you set up the appointment, you're going to go in and they're going to review your resume and they will sign off, okay? So they're going to sign off. I have no say so in that, okay? They sign off, you're going to send the picture back. That's how you get the grade on that assignment, okay? I don't do that. And on the mock interview, they rate you, they give you the grade, they send the grade back. That is your grade for the mock interview. All right. Now, what happens if you can't go into the physical campus because of location, travel, etc.? You arrange that with career services. You talk to them. Okay, you call them up and say, this is what's going on. Do not take a 0 grade, okay? Do not take a 0 grade. Do not. Okay? You talk to them. Always communication is key. I have students, sometimes they'll say, well, it's close enough. Well, let's think about that. How many people want to go in for a surgery and they're putting all your organs back in and the doctor goes, that's close enough. Anybody want that? I don't want that. I want them to get it right. So if they have to get their job right, we have to get our job right. We don't do close enough because how many people think they've got a strong work ethic? Do you think you got a strong work ethic? Everybody got a strong work ethic? Yeah. Your strongest work ethic is the lowest quality of work you put out. Think about that. People with a strong work ethic do not put out low quality work. We always do the best. So if you have a strong work ethic, you always do the best. Okay, so how do we get attendance? 6 p.m. is the live class. You can do it live or recorded. Like I said, I try to get the recording out there as quick as possible. I'm at the mercy of YouTube. As soon as I get it, I will post it in the class and I will try to send the link out to everybody. Okay. The assignment that's in there has to be complete by 10 p.m. And it is never anything like write a 5,000 word essay. Nothing ever more than 4,000. Okay. That's to see if you're listening there. I will communicate with emails, texting, and announcement. You are responsible for the content if you read it or not. Everything is on an audit, so I have a full track of everybody who receives an email, a text, and an announcement. Okay? So if you read them or not, the information got to you. It's part of the class. I send a lot of emails, a lot of texts. Okay, if it says class, okay, what that means is it goes to everybody. It's not just you. That means everybody in the class is getting that email or text, all right? So don't panic. It doesn't mean you are missing something, okay? That means, hey, this is a heads up. There's an assignment coming due. Everybody needs to make sure they've done this, okay? If you have a question, if you're not sure if you've completed something or not, send me an email or text. I'll be more than happy to check for you. All assignments open on Monday and have due dates throughout the week. They close and lock on Sunday. After Sunday, week 1 assignments are not available. If you need an extension, you have to ask me. You have to send an email or a text and say, please open this assignment. Do not say, open all assignments from week 1. Or you're going to say, no. That's rude. That's telling me you don't know what you didn't do. You took no time, no effort. Life happens, and I'm willing to help you out. But be fair about it because I have to go in for every student that wants an extension and open each individual assignment later. Okay? So if you're missing 3 assignments, I have to do the process 3 times for you. And I need to know which ones. Okay? They close and lock on Sunday. Extensions are not guaranteed. What that means is discussions can never be reopened. Discussions are considered participation. That would be like you walking into the class on Wednesday and expecting attendance on Tuesday. Anything that says discussion, there's a week 1 discussion, week 2 discussion, week 3 discussion, and week 4. There's 4 discussion assignments. Those cannot be extended. Okay. That's Southern Text rule, not mine. Extensions cannot go beyond 1 week. So the longest an extension could go on from week 1 is through week 2. After week 2, week 1's extensions cannot go on. All right. So this is how the breakdown is. Participation and attendance is 25%. Your assignments are 40. Final project. It's going to be a 3-part project. So we're going to do it in 3 sections. That counts as 15% of your grade. So please take that serious. Your midterm, we lowered that down to 10%. Your final exam, 10%. That adds up to a total of 100%. Now you'll notice all your assignments say 100 points, but it uses this weight here to determine the impact on your overall grade. When you respond, use punctuation. I went over that. Capitalize when needed. And use a spell checker. Everything we use has spell checkers. You can do this because you know what? You're the professional. I want you to start thinking about this. How many people refer to themselves as a student right now? How many people tell people, "Oh, I'm a student"? Pretty much most people, I would imagine. So I want you to start telling people, I'm an electrician, I'm a welder. Excuse me. I caught a cold this weekend. So I want you to start thinking of yourself as that professional. I am a welder. I am an electrician. I am an MA, because your perspective is going to change. And I want you to feel good about yourself. Okay. I really do. I want you to start thinking how good you are. How many people you're really hard on yourselves? Most people, that's the way it is. We're pretty hard on ourselves. Anybody else kind of beat themselves up a little? We're our own worst enemy? Yeah. So I want us to start being good about ourselves. This class, we're going to learn a lot about who we are, what we are, and how we get there, and how to improve our perspective. We don't have to accept the way companies treat us and how they see us. We get to learn how to take control over the situations. All right, so it's going to be a little bit different. We're going to rotate the tables, if you will, and we're going to see things from a different perspective. We're going to take control of our careers instead of letting other people control us. Now, I got one other thing, because I do have to show you the attendance thing. I forgot to do that. So my PowerPoint's not coming up. Give me 1 second. Let me scroll down, because I know you want that last question. So here is your assignment. What do you hope to gain from this class? Okay. I want you to think about it. This is your assignment. And so I want you to go into today's assignment for Tuesday, click on that, click start, go to that text box. I want you to think about you. There is no right or wrong answer, but I want you to think about this is your career. What do you hope to learn in this class to help your career out? And that's going to be what gets you the attendance tonight. I told you it's not a complicated thing. And these questions are always going to be based on what we discuss. Everybody got that? What do you hope to gain from this class? All right, so that is it for day one. So please make sure by 10 o'clock you go in there. I do apologize for the coughing. Go up here to the live conference, click on that. Click on that green button, say text entry, and type your response in this big window. What do you hope to gain from that class? Click submit assignment before 10 o'clock p.m. tonight. All right, everybody good? Any questions? All right. Now I'll try to keep the lectures down to about 45 minutes. Sometimes they might run a little bit over, but that's what I try to keep them down to. And if at any point you have questions in between time, please email or text me. You can do that at any time, and I will respond back as soon as possible. If it's late night, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, don't wait until the morning to email or text. Send it across, and then what it does is my email and text hold up until the morning. When I log in, they come across to me. All right? Everybody good? We're all right? Okay. And I will see you tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Y'all have a great evening.